So one of the most common questions that I get is why Monster A21, and I think more specifically why A21 over 1200 or 1200S. So before I say anything, I just want to give you advice if you're looking for a bike and you're trying to make a decision, that you should always just listen to yourself. Don't listen to what some random dude on an internet says, because while it's valuable to listen to people and get their feedback on things, it's not helpful because you have no idea what that person's background is, what they're looking for in a bike versus what you're looking for, and you completely might even be new to bikes and you're not really sure what exactly you're looking for. So therefore you're probably going to go with someone else's recommendation because they're happy with it, and some people are always happy with everything, some people hate everything. So you should definitely always listen to your heart, your gut. I love when kids are waving. But anyway, so I think it's more important. What a dick. I see that guy every fucking day, and I wave at him, and he just fucking completely ignores it. What a douche. Anyway, so why did I pick A21? Specifically, I think for me, I don't want to sound like, some hipster kid that just wanted a mean looking bike, but I think one of the important factors was really the looks. Not necessarily just so I can, drive down the road and somebody can just say, hey, oh, look at that guy, he looks cool. While I really don't care with how I appear to others, I do care how I feel about the bike. Am I satisfied with the looks and what I'm looking for? So from that perspective, and I think everybody can relate to that, regardless of what you think about your social status, how you look, and all that stuff. You do care about what you wear because you make some sort of choice how you appear. So anyway, so that was definitely, the bike had to have certain look that I was after. I knew I wanted a naked bike for sure. I'm not against any other type of bike, but this is what I was going after. And I've never owned anything with fairings or so it's always been some sort of either cafe racer or naked bike. So that was one of the number one things. And especially when it comes to power, these modern bikes, this is 112 horsepower, 821 cc's. That is more than I'll ever freaking need. I'm getting on 40 years old, and I'm not into the same stuff I used to be. So really, I'm not going to be a fucking hooligan on the road doing wheelies, which this bike certainly can, several times over, and scare the crap out of me. But that was kind of a secondary. I do like fast vehicles, and I'm not saying I drive it around like a grandpa every day, but I do like the ability, if I need to get away from traffic or when I'm on an open road and I want to step on it or whatever, that I can. But that really wasn't that important. I have just as much fun on a 49cc moped riding around on small country roads like this at Federal Park. That can be just as fun as going 120 miles an hour on an open road, which I've never done that. So don't do that, kids. It's not cool. So yeah, and I was gonna pull over in this park here, but it looks like there's all kinds of soccer going on, so I'm just gonna go elsewhere. In price for me, this is way more than I ever wanted to spend on bikes, and especially considering that the last bike I bought it for $1,500 and maybe spend another $500 to turn it into what I wanted to be. So this was definitely a huge step, and I definitely did want 1200S, just like all the other cool kids. Jesus Christ, this traffic. See if I can turn around and go back. Maybe not. Anyway, so I mean, I did want 1200 best, but it really was pushing the price. I mean, I could afford it, but I just did not want to spend that kind of money on a bike, especially because, I mean, I'm not everyday commuter, and I know here in the winter I can't ride it, and I don't really ride when it's raining or super cold. I mean, I've ridden in 30-degree weather before, but it's just like it wasn't like my primary vehicle that I was going to invest in. I mean, I really liked it. I liked the look. I liked all the power that it comes with, and all the things that 821 doesn't have. But at the same time, I just could not justify the price. So I ended up buying this for, I don't know, around 1200, or I mean 12,000 or whatever it was. So maybe I'll just turn around here. There's a break in traffic. Even at that, I mean, I got a pretty significant discount over the sticker price and what they were going to charge. But even then, I think it was more than what I wanted to pay for the bike. But I wanted something modern. I think I mentioned that in one of my older videos. I just wanted something modern that's just gonna look good from the get-go. I mean, there's absolutely nothing you have to do when you buy this bike. I mean, it's really already good looking. I like to take things off, so I mean, I removed the tail and some mirrors. Mirrors do suck, but I mean, it's not unbearable. I mean, you can deal with it, I guess. So really, that's about it. I mean, I just wanted a bike that I didn't have to spend money on just to take things off of it, which I was gonna do. I mean, I did have a friend that was selling her Ninja, and it was a really good price. I mean, really decent looking bike. But also, I mean, I'm not really into Japanese bikes. I mean, nothing against them. I mean, my other bike is a Honda 750, but I mean, I'm European, and I like European bikes and vehicles, and that's all I've had in a really long time for the past, I don't know, however, 15 years or something. So sorry, I'm just watching all these people pulling out of here. This park is usually super quiet, but for some reason today it's just packed. So anyway, the Ninja 500, I mean, and it was a full fairing bike, so it would have taken me a lot of work just to get it down to, like, I've seen some naked Ninjas. I mean, they look great, but it would have taken a lot of time where I can just buy this bike and it's already there. Didn't really have to modify a whole lot, especially power wise. I mean, this is more, like I said, more than I'll ever need. So anyway, guys, I mean, I really, if you have any specific questions, I mean, ask me. But like I said, I mean, I think you're just going to have to decide for yourself. I mean, I think that's going to be the best bet for you. Just like anything else in life, I mean, when you look at something, and if you are starting to question it, like whether, oh, I'm not really sure if I like this or not, just move on, find something else. My worst thing about buying things, and this goes not just bikes, but clothing, buying a house, buying, I mean, fucking anything for the house, for example, tools. If you ever are buying something because that's the least ugliest thing or the least expensive thing, you're buying it for the wrong reasons, and you're never going to be happy with it. I think I would rather not have something than have it and be like completely, complacency really is like the worst thing ever for me. I mean, you should just be happy with whatever you're doing or whatever it is that you're buying, especially something that you're going to spend. If it's your first bike, I mean, spending 12 grand on a bike, regardless if it's the first or not, I mean, that shouldn't matter. But spending that kind of money on a bike that, I mean, it's not like, a jacket that you buy, you're like, I don't like this, it doesn't fit well, I'll just take it back. No, you don't, it's yours. And as you know, I mean, as soon as you take it off the lot, yeah, it's not worth fucking 75% of what you just paid for it. So you have to make sure you're happy with it. I mean, go test drive it, do whatever. Never look at, you know, when people post all kinds of specs and they say, oh, this bike sucks because, you know, this spec is not, you know, there's these other bikes that are better. Yeah, sure. I mean, there's fucking all kinds of things that are always better. There's always something faster. And when where does that stop? Like, you know, when I used to be in tuning European cars, I mean, I have a V8 4.2 liter V8 S4, Audi S4, you know, and people will say like, oh, why did you buy that? You could have bought this, you know, you could have bought a Corvette for the same amount of money because, you know, Corvette's like 10 times faster. I'm like, yeah, sure, but I don't like Corvettes. So that's really not, the point is, don't buy things because of the specs or because other people say something's fast or better. Nah, don't fit in the crowd. Like, you need to be happy with it. And with that, I hope that was helpful. I know I just rambled on for God knows 10-15 minutes, but if you have any specific questions, let me know. I'll try to answer. I'm no expert, and I'll talk to you later, guys.